Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Play Legit podcast, the premier podcast for gaming and real talk. We are your hosts, Koerri KJ, and my good friend
KJ.
KJ is in the building. What's going on, buddy? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. We got a lot going on today.
Yes, we do. We have a whole lot going on. We're going to be talking about EA Play. Crash Bandicoot makes a return. Sonic comes back in a new form, and some of our top African American game characters of all time. We have a bunch to talk about. It's going to be dope. But before we get into all of this, please, guys, make sure you check out playlegit.net because that's the hub, that's the home. That's where you're going to find everything related to gaming in real talk. You're not going to trip me up with the dot, KJ. I'm on to you. I'm on to your tactics. So yes, check out the site, but also check out our social media. You want to subscribe to us on YouTube, Play Legit Network on YouTube, as well as all across social media at Play Legit, because that's how you're going to stay connected with us. Hit us up in the comments, and please subscribe to us on Spotify as well as iTunes. That's where you're going to find the audio format of these. The audio format actually is doing fairly well. The numbers are actually pretty decent. They've been growing every week, which is nice with the audio format. So keep sharing that, keep on accessing that, and keep staying tuned because we're going to keep on doing these shows for you guys. So definitely awesome. We appreciate all the support. And for me, I've been getting a lot of support recently too, as you know, we've talked about on the show, you know, me going, you know, kind of viral or whatnot a couple weeks ago. And, you know, I just continue to do things in the community. People have been hitting me up to do all different types of events and, you know, cover different things for them. I've been reached out to by state representatives, you know, by senators, you know, the mayor, you know, some people have contacted me saying, hey, I've talked to the mayor. The mayor said to contact this certain person so we could set up a meeting. It almost seems like dude's trying to contact me without making it seem like he's trying to contact me. I also know he has like a committee and stuff that people say that he wanted to talk to me about as well. So who knows? Maybe I'll end up on a mayor's committee in my town. It's kind of surreal to me because, you know, like I got a letter from my state representative and he's like, I'm glad to see that you're a budding leader in the community. And I'm like, fam, I had no idea I was a leader, bro. But so it's like trying to adjust to all, you know, to just, I don't know. I was raised to be a good person, you know, and sometimes being a good person puts you in, you know, scenarios where you didn't necessarily expect to be in, you know. So, I mean, I'm definitely humbled by everything, and I'm just trying to act accordingly and do everything right because, you know, I don't want this to become like some, we trying to utilize it all for good.
Stay humble.
You know what I'm saying?
We're trying to humble because I'm a holler at you if you ain't. I'm gonna be the one to say, hey.
I already know KJ's gonna keep me in line, but you know, things are cool with that. But you know, not only am I influencing the community locally where I am, but I also feel like I've gotten into the ears of some of these devs, specifically EA. You know, I mean, I don't want to take all the credit. You know, all I know is, you know, it's been documented for years. And there is a quote that I pulled up that I wanted to make sure that I highlighted. So yes, we're segueing into the EA Play 2020 talk. I'm jumping right into this whole skate thing. I mean, of course I am. There's a quote that I wanted to pull up. Quote, I can't believe you commented this into existence. End quote. I can't believe you commented this into existence, i.e., the creator of the game felt there was no hope for Skate, feeling that Skate was completely dead, and there was no way that EA was ever going to give them the green light to come back with Skate ever again. And you know what? This man is flabbergasted, dumbfounded, and baffled by the fact that somehow we commented Skate back into existence. This is unbelievable. I'm not saying I'm taking all the credit. I'll take a little bit. All I know is it's been years that I've been talking about this publicly, online. Check the record. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man.
Man, I'm just happy for you, man. I'm happy for you. And Skate, that's a good franchise right there. I had a lot of fun playing those games, and we know that the next version of that's going to be off the charts. I imagine it's going to be on the newer system, so it's going to look smooth and it's going to be worth the wait, buddy.
Oh yes, definitely. And the cool thing about it is skateboarding has evolved in a way now where there's a lot they can do. Skateboarding is in the freaking Olympics. So there's, the game is going to be new. There's a new way they can take the storyline or whatever, they need to do. It's going to be awesome. As long as they don't pull some BS, this is a mobile game. Ooh, EA, you're winning back our trust. Squadrons, now this, you're winning back our trust, EA. Now come on now, do it right. Don't hoodwink us with a mobile game. Give us a full Skate 4, not Skate mobile. No, none of that. Skate 4, bring it to us. We're here to support you. We will give you, bro. I'll pre-order this game. You could sell the game for $120 for the standard edition, and I'll buy that game, bro. Don't trick it, EA. Don't trick it. That's all I'm gonna say about that. As far as the rest of the EA play goes, what were your thoughts on that, KJ?
Man, I'll put it to you like this. Usually when there's a big conference and we know that it's going to be showing on a Thursday, okay, we'll wait to record our podcast so that we can have that coverage, because if it's a big event, we want to make sure that we cover it, and you're not waiting a week. So we do that for y'all. So anytime you see that the podcast isn't coming out when it's scheduled and it's a day later, that's the reason why. I'm glad we didn't do that with EA Play, because if we had have done that, I think we would have wasted our time. You got Skate 4, and I'm glad that they did that. But to me, that was like a Metroid Prime reveal. Like, they just showed you, like, hey, it's happening. And that's cool. And good on them for that. But the rest of the show, again, they showed more of the sports, but not really. They did that again, where if you blinked, you missed some footage. I don't know why they keep doing that. You have the install base with Madden. You're the only NFL game in town. You don't need to keep teasing folks. You have the install base. They're going to buy it. Star Wars Squadrons, that was pretty cool. The day before, we had our predictions on what we would expect in the game, and they confirmed it in the video. That was awesome, that you will be able to play the campaign from the good side and the dark side. So that was confirmed for us. I did find out that the cockpit view, it's locked. So that's the only view for the entire game. I am going to admit I'm a little disappointed in that. But I do know that if I had a VR headset, I'm just being honest. But if I did, I know that thing is going to be amazing in VR. So if I was to get that game day one, it would be for me if I had VR. Other than that, there was a lot of stuff that didn't really stand out to me or jump out to me. So I'm glad we didn't delay the show to record it, but I'm very happy for you and for the skateboarding community for Skate 4.
That's what's up. Yeah, I mean, and that really was the highlight. I mean, we got some Apex Legends news, Sims updates. I like the Sims. I mean, it's completely a cash grab, but I mean, it's worth it sometimes. But it's so expensive to play the Sims with all the expansions and everything that they have. It Takes Two, Lost in Random, Rocket Arena. I mean, EA Sports stuff. We're talking about Madden, So, I mean, Skate 4 really was the highlight. It really was a standout. And that goes again to, what KJ was saying, why we didn't postpone the show to talk about this because it's just one of those things where there is really no need. And I mean, Skate 4 is really the highlight. And even then, it was like a minute of them just saying, "Hey, they said we can do it. I can't believe they said we can do it. We have ideas, but there's nothing, in fruition yet." So, so it is what it is. We'll see more Skate. That's all I'm really concerned about. I don't really want to see anything else from EA anyways. So Skate 4, we made it happen, guys. Hey, we made it happen. That was us. We can take credit. This is one of those times where it could be like, it's okay for the community to bully creators into creating something. Because this time it wasn't the creators. The creators wanted to make the game. It really was the corporations that was holding them back. So moving on, KJ, we got some more good news. Crash has officially made a comeback. Crash Bandicoot 4, it's about time. How you feeling about this? I was super psyched. I'm pumped for this game. It's been so long. They kind of felt the waters out a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But before we get into that, I completely forgot about this. Before we get into Crash.
I'm ready to talk about Crash. What's going on here?
No, dude, before we get into Crash, man. How do you feel about that Avengers gameplay? I completely forgot about that Avengers gameplay. How do you feel about that?
Man, I told you how I felt a few months ago. You remember what I said?
I think you're going to need to refresh our memory, KJ.
I told you and I told everybody that from what I saw, man, I think that game is going to let a lot of people down. And I watched all 3 of the newest videos. And you know what? I still think it's going to let a lot of people down. I saw that gameplay. The camera looks like you're going to be fighting. The gameplay looks still sluggish. I saw significant frame rate dips when they did the co-op challenge modes. And I will say, the story seems pretty interesting. So if there's something that I want to experience, it's the story. I will say that the voice act, a lot of it looked pretty good. A lot of it sounded pretty good. The guy that's doing the voice, he sounds very much in line with Chris Helmsworth. But they had a professor talking, like an evil professor, and the voice acting on him was pretty corny. So it seemed like a mixed bag. But overall, I like the story that they're telling and how it looks like Miss Marvel is going to bring the team together, the remnants of the team. And then we see MODOK's involvement as well. So from that perspective, I'm thinking that that's going to be cool. But if you're talking about me sitting down and playing the game and like after I've beaten it, come back, and it just doesn't look, it looks like it's lacking polish, man. What do you think?
I mean, I'll agree with that. I almost feel like it's one of those games where until we see it on the PS5, it's not going to look nearly as good as we want it to look. It's all probably, in my opinion, probably about the upscaling, especially at this point in the game. Like you said, with the gameplay, I don't really see the replayability of it. I'm sure they could come out with some DLC, and that's probably the move that they'll go with, the DLC pack move. Just with different storylines, almost in the vein of like Spider-Man PS4 or whatever. Which you can't knock them for it as long as they're solid, solid DLC packs or whatever. But yeah, replayability wise, I don't really see it. I think it's one of those games where it's like, oh, if you're a Marvel fan, you're gonna pick it up because one of those type of games. One of those is just kind of blend in and be like, yeah, yeah, I got it. Now I just own the game because I can't trade it in for much credit anyway. So I don't know, man. It's definitely not a day one cop for me. It's one of those where I might, if I catch it on like a deal, spring spring deal or whatever, whatever it'll be whenever by the time we'll catch it on a deal. It would probably be like a spring deal. Maybe I'd pick it up then.
Do you have family video in your neighborhood? Because maybe
Yeah,
you could do the family video thing.
we do have. I haven't gone to family videos in so long, but yeah, I definitely have a family video.
Shout out.
Yeah, so I guess I could check out. I could do the family video thing, the rental. I haven't done that in
Yeah,
so long. That's so
there
old
you
school.
go, brother.
Yeah, check it out.
Shout out to and I've driven by some places in Detroit, and they still have mom and pop video game rental stores. So I just want to say a shout out to every single mom and pop video game rental store that's out there, or video game store in general that are doing it and fighting corporations, especially in this time right now. I appreciate y'all hustling and staying strong, man. Shout out to all y'all. Just had to throw that in there.
Most definitely. So now back to our regularly scheduled programming. Crash 4, man. What do you feel about that? I thought it looked amazing. I think it looks dope. I thought it's been long enough for a comeback for Crash. They tested the waters out, with the remake or the remasters or whatnot. So I think it's cool. I think it's gonna, just like Ratchet and Clank, seeing this on the PS5, I think it's gonna be super dope.
Yeah, I think Toys for Bob, they're doing a great job with the remastering job of Spyro and the Crash trilogy, like you said. And so I think that this would be the right company to handle it right now, because obviously Naughty Dog is doing a very different type of games now. So no, I think Toys for Bob has definitely the legacy in mind. When I saw the gameplay, it, to me, with the camera angles and movements of Crash, it seemed like Crash Bandicoot. I saw some of the sound effects too. I watched an additional gameplay video outside the trailer, and the sound effects were lining up. The only complaint I'd have thus far was Crash's, when he'd get hurt or something like that. It didn't really sound like Crash Bandicoot to me. But again, that's something that they can tweak. That's something that they can easily fix. And that'd be my only main gripe. Everything else looked really, really good. And it's definitely 60 frames per second. It's very smooth looking in motion. It's really cool. And I know that it's going to look really nice in 4K.
Yeah, I think it's going to come back with a vengeance, where people are going to be talking like, hey, where's Mario? Sonic, where are you at? Because there's always been that little competition where people always kind of crap on PlayStation. Like, you don't even have a real mascot. Like, who's your mascot? Crash Bandicoot? He hasn't even had a game in like 2-3 generations. So I think it's dope that he's coming back. Hopefully this can be a consistent thing. Like you said, the company that's been dealing with them right now is going to be, the people we want to see deal with it. Who knows what the storyline would be like if Naughty Dog did it. So, woo, imagine. Woo.
But yeah, no, I think it's time for some other people to do it now.
Yeah, we'll give it to a more neutral. A more neutral group. But anyways, yeah, I think I'm excited for Crash 4. As soon as I saw it, I was like, yes, the king is back. Everybody has been hating on PlayStation. The king is back. Crash is back. It's over with, guys. So yeah, I'm super pumped for that. So let us know what you guys think. Are you excited for Crash? Who's the best console mascot? Is it Crash? Is it Mario? Is it Sonic? Who's the Microsoft Master Chief by default?
Yeah, by default. Yeah. You can't really do Blinks to Time Sweeper because those games sucked. It's been a long time. So, yep.
Oh, man. So let's keep things moving, man. So I don't know if you're an energy drink drinker, I guess I should say. I'm not really big on the energy drinks, but this is like a huge company that everybody, especially if you're into gaming or watching content online, about G Fuel. So they have a new collab that they're dropping with Sonic the freaking Hedgehog, Sega's main man himself. Zero sugar Sonic the Hedgehog G Fuel Peach Rings energy drink, coming in little individual 16-ounce cans, dude. How you feeling about the Peach Rings Sonic G Fuel. So, I mean, right here, I can give you a little read real quick. Get ready for Supersonic Energy. The official energy drink of esports today announces teaming up with Sega of America to launch a new kind of power up for Sonic fans. So they're introducing that, the Peach Rings. It's coming out August 12th, 2020. And they think yeah, are you ready to join an epic high energy fight to save a world decimated by Dr. Eggman? Sign up for early access. So there's like a whole thing with like interactive Sega stuff and all that stuff coming out. Do you think, what do you think this is about? Do you think this is cool? Are you going to buy a couple cans just as a collector thing to have get dusty on a shelf and sell 15 years from now? Um,
For
how you feel?
me, anytime the awesome video games get recognition outside of just obviously games, if anytime they get any additional recognition, it's good for the industry. So, if you go to Target and you see shirts that say Sonic the Hedgehog, that's good for the industry. And that's how video game movies get made. You understand? So we're trying to, branching out like that. That's how toys get made. That's how, so I just, any chance that that's how theme parks get made. Got that theme park coming out too from Nintendo.
Right.
So I'm just saying, like, any opportunity that we can get to branch out the industry to make it more accessible for everybody is going to help and enrich the industry. So even if I don't like those drinks are probably going to be super sugary for me, but
Oh,
I'm not hating.
zero sugar, my friend.
Yeah, but all them other ingredients, though, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But
Koerri. Yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah, but yeah, I think it'll be good, man. Like, I'd give it to I don't know if I give it to a little kid because they already too fast running around, but it's
Right.
a good look.
Yeah, I think it's cool. The cans look pretty dope too. You can pull them up online and see them. It looks cool. Like I said, it's like even if you wanted to just not even drink them and just collect them, it looks like they have the mix that you could buy as well with the specialty Sonic the Hedgehog mixing cup and stuff. So it's cool. A lot of people are into collecting stuff. Brand collaborations is a huge thing right now. So, I mean, that's the world we live in right now. So I think it's cool. I mean, I'll probably try it. Peach rings are like one of my favorite candies. So especially fruit candies is probably my favorite. So I definitely would try it out just off the strength of that. But
I wonder if
this
they'll
was
have a cheap pop in the second Sonic movie. If you just see him like drinking it real quick.
this is G Fuel. I mean, if they put up the money, I'm sure G Fuel has the cash to do it. So. And this is not sponsored by G Fuel at all. Just just so you guys know, we were talking about this because it has something to do with gaming, and Sonic is a staple in the gaming community.
But
But
it could be. Holla at us, G Fuel. It could be.
it could be an ad. But this right here is a real ad. So we'll right after this.
That transition was smooth, fam.
All right, welcome back. So we now are going to go over, I mean, as you all know, times have been kind of rough. They've been kind of pressing. They've been depressing, of course. And you know, although things have been kind of dark, there also has been kind of a light shown on a lot of topics that a lot of people, definitely kind of glance over easily all of the time. Even like films and stuff right now are accessible that were behind a paywall that made it in a way that people would never see a lot of these films, because why would they pay money to see something that they cognitively don't want to consume. But people are stepping up, they're intaking information, and we thought it was our duty, especially as black men in the gaming sphere, the gaming community, if you will, that we highlight some of the top Black video game characters of all time. So this is going to be, you know, just a few picks from each of us, just giving you our favorite Black video game characters. Some you could say are probably maybe predictable. Some you could say are not. But we're gonna name them off. We'll go back and forth and give our reasons why the characters that we picked are, you know, our favorites, are considered our top, you know, Black video game characters of all time. So I'll start it off if you don't mind, because you didn't pick this guy. He was not on your list, and I am flabbergasted and downright kind of feel sort of a way that you didn't pick the homie Barrett Wallace from Final Fantasy VII, the most iconic Black man in video games, I would say, probably ever. Not only does he give you that that Black exploitation, you know what I'm saying, feel in the game, he has a freaking machine gun for a freaking arm, but he's a gentle giant that takes care of his daughter and secretly loves his friends, although he puts on this front that he's big and he's hard and he's tough, which is a real thing in the Black community. Barrett is the truest Black man in all of gaming, bro. He puts on the front because he feels he has to, because he's a Black man. He's seen a certain way, and he in a way wants to be seen that way, but then in another way doesn't want to be seen that way, and he fights with it. He has layers. He's a well thought out character. He's hilarious at times when he doesn't expect to be hilarious. And again, he has a gun arm. So, I mean, top that, man.
I got Doc Lewis, Lil Mac's coach from Punch Out. He always had the right thing. That's right. Always had the right things to say when you were in the corner figuring out how do I beat the enemy. He'd always give you a nice quote, and it would also have a hint in the quote. And then there was a button you'd hit, and he'd give you a pat on the shoulder. Little Easter egg for y'all. And those who are big fans of Punch Out know exactly what I'm talking about when I pat my shoulder there. So Doc Lewis is awesome. We also see him appear a little bit in the newest Smash Brothers game. So yeah, man, that's a OG right there, NES OG.
All right. My second pick is going to be Carl CJ Johnson from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Arguably the greatest Grand Theft Auto game ever to be made. You know, some people will say Vice City is better, you know, to each their own. All I know is you could get swole and there was gang fights. CJ did not play no freaking games. I mean, he was really just trying to, he really was just trying to live, man. Uh, I mean, he was the main character of, like I said, probably the most iconic Grand Theft Auto game ever to be made. Uh, that was the game where it just brought so much to gaming. It was so huge, not just the turf war, uh, all of the little intricacies, the haircuts, the getting fat or getting buff or being skinny, all of that stuff, the different clothes, making your character look completely different. It was iconic. He stood out. When it came to getting the Grand Theft Auto games on mobile, I believe it was San Andreas that came out first because it just people really wanted to play the game. It's just that classic. You got to give CJ his mother freaking credit is Grove Street all day, homies. CJ Johnson is a legend.
All right. I got Emmett Graves from Starhawk. So Starhawk was a spinoff of Warhawk, and this was a space combat game, and it was a really, really awesome multiplayer. You could make the argument that it was the best multiplayer on PS3. as far as like exclusives go. So it had a really, really cool story. I also interviewed the guy Dylan Job who developed the game back at E3 like 2011. So it's been a minute, but I still remember just all the hard work. And I remember they had like 10 TVs lined up and people were playing each other. And it was just really fun, man, because they had ground combat, they had air combat and all kinds of stuff going on. And he got mutated by Rift Energy. So he had like glowing green skin and stuff. And he was also a playable character, the first ever DLC character in PlayStation All Stars. So that was a Smash Brothers. Uh, anyway, so it happened. But anyway, Starhawk, Starhawk is to me is such a wildly underrated game. And again, I think probably the best multiplayer experience from a PlayStation 3 exclusive. So Emmett Graves is my choice.
Nice. And for me, I only had three. So this is my final pick here. But I think this one is a banger. If you think otherwise, then you probably have never played one of the greatest fighting games ever to be made. And with that said, I don't know if you know who I'm going to pick, KJ, but it's that man, Eddie Gordo.
I knew it. I knew
That
it.
man, Eddie Gordo, you better put some respect on his name, especially, bro, when he gets the braids, dude. All right, so I can't say this word correctly. Capoeira. I don't know
Yeah, that's
exactly
it.
how you say it.
That's
All
it.
right. So who knew about that before Tekken? This is a whole fighting style that people probably had no idea what it was. Maybe they just called it breakdance fighting, but you knew what capoeira was as soon as you bust out Eddie Gordo. He literally changed. He literally changed the culture, bro. I didn't even know that there was dark skinned people that spoke Spanish until Tekken, bro. I didn't know, bro, or Portuguese, whatever whatever they speak in Brazil it's crazy, bro. Eddie
Portuguese.
revolution he revolutionized breakdance fighting capoeira. He expanded people's minds, especially in the United States, where until you probably get to the age of like high school, unless you live in like a very multicultural community, you don't even experience other cultures. I didn't even know that there was Black people that spoke other languages other than English until I was like, I don't know, maybe like 13 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's it was one of those things where Eddie came in and he's just like, yeah, he's so cool. He had the style, he had the hair, he had the breakdance fighting. It was just, I mean, Eddie's a legend, bro. Eddie is a legend, and he's impossible to beat. Not impossible to beat, but dang near impossible to beat. When he gets low, bro, and he starts moving them legs, bro, it's over with you. It's over for you. It's definitely over for you. Eddie Gordo is a beast. Put the respect on his name. Yeah, one of the greatest Black men ever to do it in video game history. Everybody loves Eddie. Everybody already knows, like, if you're not talking about like Yoshimitsu, which people barely are ever, even talking about him, King, you know what I'm saying, Panda, you're talking about, you're gonna be talking about Eddie. So that's it.
Well, okay. Speaking of Tekken, this is actually a newer addition. He's part of the most recent DLC in Tekken 7. I'm talking about Leroy.
Mm.
Now, this boy is dressed to a T. Older gentleman, has great cornrows, has a Wing Chun fighting style. So, for those of you who like the Yip Man movies, 1 through 4 with Donnie Yen, you're taking a bad black man, one of the baddest brothers with the fastest hands, and he's fighting like Yip Man. That's what I'm talking about. And he's got gold chains. And in addition, T-Pain cosplayed as him, and he had the outfit spot on. So look that up too. T-Pain cosplaying as Leroy. So that's my pick right there, Leroy.
Yeah, that cosplay was pretty fire as well. So I will admit that was a dope one. Do you have any more on your list? You have any honorable mentions or
Yeah,
anything?
we're doing 10 here. So look, I got more, man. I got number 4. I got Sergeant Johnson from Halo.
Mm.
So he was always tough but fair. And I just was thinking about, man, I can't wait till they do a live action Halo movie, because I know that Sergeant Johnson character is going to translate so well to the movie screen. He always has something really cool to say and something memorable. And just the interactions with him and Master Chief throughout the original trilogy was really cool. I didn't like the way that things ended up for him. So that was really lame. But up until then, man, Sergeant Johnson was the truth.
Mm. Also, don't you have do you have Clementine on the list?
Yeah, that's my number 3. I
Oh,
got Clementine. So from the
okay.
Walking Dead Telltale series, and you would see the evolution of the character of all the different Walking Dead games. You'd see her changing and stuff. And then, with that being said, so I think that her voice actress for it too. I thought that she did an excellent job. The Clementine character was basically the way that a little girl would handle that situation translated really well to the game. Like it seemed pretty spot on, given everything that was going on. So that leads into my number 2 choice, and I was torn between my number 1, number 2. I was really torn between this, but number 2, I'm going to pick Lee Everett from the Walking Dead series. If you remember, that first Walking Dead Telltale game received Game of the Year from a lot of different outlets. Well, there was a reason for that, because the dynamic, the relationship between Clementine and Lee was really a father-daughter strong relationship, a strong bond, that they didn't know each other from Adam at the beginning of the game. And then it was just at the end, you thought that they were related. And I can't say enough about Lee, how he really was not a good dude initially, but he completely changed everything up and became one of the strongest characters, I think, in the entire Walking Dead universe. So Lee Everett's definitely my number 2 pick. Number 1, I had to give it up for the Cole Train, man. I love Augustus Cole. The Thrashball star player, and an awesome member of the coalition of Gears. And I actually met Lester Spates, who does the voice actor. I met him in that same year I went to E3, and he even we recorded him giving us the website a shout out and everything. But yeah, I love Gears of War so much, and every time he opens up his mouth, there's something really memorable, and there's just really cool quotes from him all over YouTube. So I really like that Coltrane character. I was really fighting between him and Lee. I guess the reason why I gave Coltrane the edge is because we get to see a lot more of Coltrane, and a lot more Coltrane. So that's my picks, man.
Nice. And I'll throw in one more. We got to show some love for Balrog, also aka M Bison, which I don't know if that rumor is true or not, but the rumor is Balrog's original name was M Bison and M Bison's name was Balrog, but they swapped them because M Bison, Mike Tyson, you know what I'm saying? It's
It's
yeah,
true.
so
They
yeah,
didn't want to
so
get sued, buddy.
yeah, but he's a beast and he has those hands in Street Fighter. So yeah, but getting sued is not worth it.
Here's my
Definitely.
honorable mention. I just wish this game was better. Lincoln Clay, you the man.
They should have did you justice, Lincoln. Justice for Lincoln. I don't know if we probably shouldn't play around with hashtags like that.
No.
Yeah, but yeah, so there you have it. There is our list of top black I was going to say black African American, our top black video game characters. Let us know your favorite Black video game characters in the comments down below, or tweet at us. Let us know what you guys think. You can find us anywhere at Play Legit, or you can find me at Koerri KJ. Before we get out of here, you got anything else you want to add, bro?
Man, I would like to see. So for me, this list was pretty easy to put together. I want it to be difficult for me on the next time. You get what I'm saying, Koerri?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I want more representation. I'm not seeing Nintendo. Y'all make good stuff. Where are your brothers at? Am I wrong?
They have the Mario Brothers.
And that's about it. So more representation. Next time we do this, I want it to be difficult.
Definitely. No, I definitely hear you there, man. I definitely hear you there. Yeah, and I mean, sometimes we just need people to step up. So Black devs out there, if you have a passion for making video games and you're looking for a job, maybe it's time to just say, hey man, forget that job. I'm gonna back myself. Maybe you want to get crowdfunded, but if you have a solid idea, or if you're looking for an idea, we need to come together and we can make these things happen. The more we work together, the better things will be off for all of us. So with that said, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to another episode of the Play Legit podcast. You guys are amazing. Again, please check out playlegit.net. That's the home, that's the hub. That's where you're going to find everything legit and based off real talk. I trip you up. I see I got you because you're going to be like, net. And he was like, wait, no, he said it different this time.
Yeah, that's cold, man.
Yeah. So anyways, other than that, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Play Legit Network on YouTube. Follow me at Koerri Elijah across the board everywhere. And hit up KJ at Play Legit. He monitors all of the pages and all of that stuff. And when the videos upload to YouTube, make sure you're in the comments when they're up, when we premiere them, because we'll be in the comments there talking with you guys too. So if you want to chat with us live, be there at the premiere. Other than that, you guys are amazing. Make sure you subscribe on iTunes and on Spotify. And until next time, this has been the Play Legit podcast. Stay legit.
Peace.